This is Joy Paris at Network.tv at the gala event for Phoenix House, Rising Above Addiction. What are you going to bring to the table for us tonight?
Well, hopefully a little excitement, a little, professionalism. No, I'm here just to help out. I'd do anything for this cause. Phoenix House, they do so much for young people, for everybody really. And they gave me a call a few months ago and said, will you help out and come and MC? And I said, absolutely. I was there, and without question, I'd be here tonight. What
kind of changes have you seen from the beginning till now for Phoenix House?
Well, I've been associated with the organization for the last 6 to 8 months, so it's good. Basically, it's an evolution. You see any organization start, and it takes a long time to get bigger, better, stronger, more advocacy, more people behind them, more money. And as you can see here, it's a packed house. It's sold out. We're honoring Matthew Perry tonight. We're honoring former Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. So those two big names alone, wow, that says so much about Phoenix House and how important it is to our community and to this city.
You're doing such a great job. You're out there, doing your work. What kind of advice would you give to young people out there? You have 3 things to say to them. What would you say?
Well, wow. The most important thing is never give up. Never give up. And if someone tells you you can't do it, that's going to be the fire in your belly to say, I can do whatever I want to do. I always do that whenever I visit kids at schools or come to places like this. And you just always have to be optimistic. Always know that God gave you this great mind, this great body, and you got to honor that and do as much with it as you possibly can.
Thank you so much for being here, and have fun tonight.
Yeah, you too. Nice meeting you. All right.
Well, I'm getting an award from the Phoenix House, which is an amazing place that helps teens with drug and alcohol abuse. And I went and visited that place about 6 weeks ago and met some of the kids, and it was really wonderful. It's a great place. I'm not a hero. I'm just a guy who got sober and, is passing along the message as best I can. And I think because I was on a TV show, maybe more people listen. That's all.
How do you feel about getting your award? You're being honored.
It's great. It's great. I'm a big fan of the Phoenix House, and anything I can do to help them out, I will do, because they're a great organization.
And the kids need it. Any advice for young people out there?
If you're having problems with addiction, just don't keep it a secret. Just tell someone.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be honored, but I'm not here because of that. I'm here to celebrate these young people, to thank the people who support Phoenix House for the work that they do. I grew up in a home of domestic violence and alcoholism. I struggled as a young man in the 1960s with the drug culture back then, and I can tell you that there's a path beyond. And that's what I'll share with these young people today and with the people supporting this. That's why we need a Phoenix House. They invest in strangers who have fallen through the cracks, who are struggling with addiction, who want to turn their lives around. They recognize that the way to do that is to provide services. And for every dollar they provide, they're actually saving money on the tail end, whether it's incarceration or, the other things that happen when people are addicted and not productive. So I'm just happy to be here and honored to be here.
You're an iconic figure. Any advice for kids out there? Can you say 3 things to them?
Trucking. Every time you fall down, get up. I've fallen down so many times, and they've chronicled every time. But I'll tell you, I always get up, and these kids got to get up too.
It's an honor, and also my castmate Matthew Perry is being honored, and so when I got the invitation to come and celebrate him and all that he's done, I was like, I'm there. And then Phoenix House does great things for kids that are in need. You know what I mean? They're at a tough time in their life, the toughest time of their life probably, and they're there to help, and I think that's really important.
When people look at you and they see you and they go, oh, she's beautiful, she's doing this stuff, what would you say to kids out there that might be struggling with anything at all? Do you have any advice for them?
I mean, the best thing I could say is that what it looks like right now is not what it's going to be forever, and it's a temporary, it's all seasons, and you might be in a season of pain or hurt or struggle, but that's not your life always. So just hang in for that season to change.
We're just here to support Matthew, our co-star and our friend who is being honored. Years ago, I went and I volunteered, and I just think that what the house does is a pretty unbelievable thing, and I've been to these events before, so I've been able to hear the story and of all the hard work that happens and all the people that are helped through this organization, and I just think it's wonderful.
Pleasure to be here. This is such a worthwhile cause, and I know so many people that are involved with it and really want to take what God-given gifts I have and help as many people as I can, especially the young kids that are involved and addicted with alcohol and drugs. And there's more than we can imagine at this point.
I know you mentioned your personal story as well, which is really impactful when someone like yourself can resonate and can share with our audience what you went through. So can you share with us, I know we don't have that much time, your passion for being here and what you went through a little bit?
Well, you know, I was surrounded with people in the 70s in the music business. Some of them were casualties of drugs and alcohol, that lifestyle that just didn't make it through, you know. And after watching a lot of people destroy their lives, their health, literally kill themselves with drugs and alcohol, I decided that it was really something that I needed to be very cautious about. And so after that, and then one of my youngest sons had a problem with drugs and alcohol. I don't know that he was addicted, but he was just obsessed with it. And it took us a long time and a lot of effort and a lot of places that didn't exist at that time, like the Phoenix House, to get him over that hill and into adulthood away from that. And he's been really successful over the last 15 years of no drugs, no alcohol, which is, thank God that happened. So once you go through and you understand what it is and how difficult it is for all the people in the families and that are close to these people that are struggling with this disease, this addiction, that you really want to do something to help them because you just feel so powerless when you're in the middle of dealing with that addiction. So I'm here to help as much as I can.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you.
I feel wonderful. I feel wonderful because tonight is about celebrating victories, celebrating the victories of young people. It's called Triumph for Teens for a reason. These are kids that are courageous, that have come to us, asked for help, and we are able, because of the help that so many folks that are here are able to provide, to help them get on their way, to save them, to save their lives. And on that path, we are also able to honor individuals whose courage has helped us publicize the illness of addiction, of mental health disorders. We're honoring Mayor Villaraigosa tonight for the work that he did as a mayor, as a public servant, for the youth in the communities. And we are honoring Matthew Perry, which is such a wonderful man, give of himself, of his time, of his resources to publicize the illness of addiction and to let us all know that the stigma that is associated with addiction is a false thing. It is an illness. So again, it's a night full of victories, of celebrating victories, and hopefully helping us get on our way to help more folks in California. This job is about saving lives. It's about saving lives. And when I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old, when I see these kids, they're the same as my kids, no different. They've been put into in certain environments and we were exposed to specific choices that they probably did not want to take. So it is rewarding. That is the worth of a life, is what you do with others.
Thank you so much and continue doing such great work.
I appreciate it. Thank you.